Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. In this video we are working on a return client. I already went in and removed most of her previous set. She did lose a few fingers in the time that she had these nails. It was about 3 or 4 weeks. So I replaced those with some new tips. Those are those two clear tips in the middle. Those are the one-step coffin tips by the two guys. I am beginning by prepping her. I've already pushed back her cuticles and cleaned them off. Remove them from her nail plate with a cuticle bit. I, show my prep in another video, so I will link that for you if you're interested. And I'm just getting started. So first things first, I'm going in with a small bead of clear acrylic. I'm using my Young Nails Core Clear to just give her basically an infill to cover the natural nail plate that has grown in over time. And then for these nails, we did take them down to her natural nail. So applying that clear over basically wherever her nail is to the tip, this acts to cover the nail, protect it so that when she comes in for a new set, I don't have to file down to her natural nail, and it helps with staining. It helps to prevent that. Yeah, so I'm just doing that really quickly. It doesn't take a lot of time, and I find doing that helps, especially with fidgety clients, especially when you prime. If a client touches their face or something, once you apply that first layer of clear acrylic and it dries, then I kind of feel a little bit better about letting the client move around, touching their phone or the TV remote if they want to change a channel or something. But before that, I'm don't move your hands, leave them on the table. So yeah, I also do that for that reason as well, just to keep my clients in line, So I'm actually going in with this sugar and cream color called Creme de la Creme. She has a nude on previously. We did a set, I did not film it, but it was a nude colored set before, but this is another nude. It's a little bit more on the pale side, and it's a glow in the dark by Sugar and Cream. It's really pretty. And basically I'm going to be applying that to all of her nails. Nothing fancy happening, just a nice simple application. Just applying the cuticle bead. I'm all over the place. Sometimes I start at the tip, sometimes I start at the cuticle, whatevs. Just every nail is going to be covered in this Creme de la Creme acrylic. I'm using my Young Nails monomer, not the Sugar and Cream monomer. I kind of finished that, so I do need to buy some more Sugar and Cream monomer. I do really enjoy it, but I will say that I have been enjoying the slower polymerization time, oh my goodness, of the Young Nails monomer of late. I just find that it's really nice just to have additional time to work with acrylic, especially because I nowadays often have the heat cranked up so high that the setting time is just varying so much. So that's something. But the Sugar and Cream monomer is fantastic, as well as their acrylics as well. So yeah, I'm just going to be applying a thin coat to all of the nails just to give it an even coverage, because the color that's on there now is not the same that I'm applying. So yeah, that's it. Nothing crazy. After that, I will be going in with my Young Nails Core Clear and just clear capping all of her nails. We are going to be doing some hand painting for this set, so there was nothing to encapsulate or to ombre or marble or anything like that. So it was just a really simple application. I'm just going in with my clear acrylic. I'm going to cap these nails and then we'll move on to the next step. So I'm going in with this medium grit hand file, and I'm just going to maintain her shape. She has a coffin shape, and I'm using the file to just maintain that shape. She has had these nails on for about 3.5 to 4 weeks. So as you can see, they are rounded off at the tip just because it's like natural wear and tear. As you tap your fingers around, you touch things, you fold laundry, you move boxes, you type on your computer, your nails are going to get dull. Like, I don't know anyone who can maintain a sharp shape for a long amount of time and still be doing, like, you know, work with their hands. So that's totally fine. You do lose a little bit of length when filing, but I'm just going in with this hand file to get that sharp shape back. And I like to go up and down in this perpendicular manner that you see me doing. That's how I find I get the most sharpest shape, especially for straight free edge shapes like coffin, tapered square, things like that. But if it's like a rounded shape, you see I'm going up and down. I just find that that helps me to get the most like sharp shape that I can. So I'm just going in, making sure to get that coffin back and to make sure that the free edge is nice and crisp. And now I'm going in with my 5-in-1 fine carbide bit, and I'm going to be smoothing out the surface of the nail, making sure there's no lumps and bumps, and pushing the apex where I want it to be. And when I say that, I mean that I am going to be debulking in a way where I remove some bulk from exactly by the cuticle area. Sometimes I do get like a ridge there because I placed the bead and I push the acrylic back towards there, so sometimes the acrylic might not settle or self-level. So I just use the bit in these instances to remove that ridge. It kind of helps to push the the apex towards the middle of the nail versus it being right around the eponychium of the nail. That's not where you're going to need the strength. You're going to need it towards that free edge, especially if you have a longer nail. So that's what I mean by pushing the apex forward. Then I'm going to be using it, because it is a safety and a 5-in-1. I'm going to be using it to clean up the sidewalls, make sure that it is nice and thin, and to make sure that I can get close to the skin to ensure that there's no acrylic on the skin, because we do not want moisture to be able to get under there to have a surface breakdown. So I like to go in after e-filing with my hand file again and just maintain that shape. I feel like sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes when I use my e-file, I kind of soften the shape that we made with the hand file. So that's why I do like to go in after. You do not lose too much of your length with this. It's just to make sure that the shape is nice and sharp like we originally planned after e-filing. And so here it might seem like it's really weird that I'm filing underneath her nails, but this specific client is a mom and has a new baby and asked me to soften underneath the nails, because the way that I filed her nails were actually very sharp on the edges, like very square. So she asked me to soften them on the bottom. So I'm actually taking the file and filing the underside. So we still have the nice shape on top, but the undersides of the nails will be slightly rounded. And then I'm gonna go in with a buffing block on top and bottom just to smooth out the nail. The top for any scratches and lumps or bumps, and on the bottom just to make that less dull so that it won't scratch her new baby. Now I'm just spraying the client's hands down with some alcohol, and I'm using a manicure brush to brush away any dust and lint and debris that might be sitting around the client's hands after washing her hands. I just find that this helps so that they don't have to get up and wash their hands, or if I'm in a rush and I don't really feel like sending them to the bathroom, I can just do this really quickly. So this Valentine set is really cute. She sent me some reference photos and we kind of freestyled from there. I'm using a red gel polish from iGel Beauty called Candy Apple, and I'm going to be doing some V French designs on 3 of the nails, and we're going to be doing some hand heart painted designs on the rest. So I'm using a long, you can see it's a very thin, long striper brush, and I get these brushes from Amazon. They're really, really lovely. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of them, and they're so affordable, so it's definitely worth it. It also comes with a set of 6 of these in different lengths and thicknesses, and on the other ends of these brushes are dotting tools, which I use a lot as well. So it's a really, really great set. I do suggest it, especially if you're a beginner and you need like affordable tools, especially to do like nail art. This is such a great set. I feel like I'm getting absolutely my money's worth out of it. But yeah, I'm just doing a nice V French on this nail. I want the V to be right at the middle tip of the nail. So you see I'm going back and forth from each side because I don't want it to favor one side over the other. And I'm taking my time, dipping into that polish and bringing the V closer and closer. On her ring finger, I will be drawing a multitude of hearts, and I asked her which direction she wanted the hearts in, but it didn't really matter because I drew them all over the nail, upside down, forward, sideways, to the right, to the left. I'm just freehanding some hearts. So as you can see, this is another liner brush slash dotting tool, and it's a little bit short, well, it's a lot a bit shorter, and it has a little bit more thickness. So this is the kind of brush that I think is appropriate for I guess more detailed work. It's less of a striping brush and more for detail work. So it's a shorter bristled brush. I have a little bit more control, and it's less that I'm just letting it run along the length of the nail. I am actually controlling what I'm doing here, and I'm drawing just some nice loosey-goosey kind of hearts, really close to one another. And like I said, some are up and upside down, some are sideways, some are leaning to the right, some are leaning to the left. I just want the hearts to be like compact over the entire nail. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm not, painting the Mona Lisa or anything like that, but I think that this was a really cool design. And a note to you, don't be like me. After every single finger, make sure you cure, because that first finger, that pinky V I did, I still hadn't cured it at this time. And it did rub off a little bit. So I'm going to be doing another V French on the middle finger and on the thumb, and then I'm going to draw a single heart on the pointer finger and then paint the outside of the nail. So it'll be a solid red nail with a nude colored heart in the middle. So I am applying the Beetles, my favorite, matte top coat to all of her fingers. I'm gonna have her cure for a full 60 seconds so that we have a gorgeous, matte, smooth, velvety, just lovely, luscious set. And here's what that's looking like, but we're not done yet. So just to add a little tiny bit of something special, I am taking some glossy top coat and I'm gonna coat over one of the hearts in the middle of the nail that I placed on her ring finger. I'm just tracing it very loosely. And then I'm going to trace around this heart here that I did on her pointer finger, and we're going to sprinkle on some glitter from Michael. So this is that Recollections glitter that I often talk about. It is a fabulous set. You get, I keep saying like 50 or 60, but I think it's like 30 or 40 different glitter colors, and I'm going to sprinkle that onto the wet gel polish and then have her cure for a full minute. This color of glitter is called Cherry, and each container of glitter actually says the name of the specific glitter, and I'm gonna have her cure, and then this is what the set came out looking like. It's very bright, it's very red, it's very Valentine's, but it's something that she loved, and I love that she loved it. Hopefully you enjoy this. You can modify it, use a different color. Maybe black would be kind of cool with a red heart in the middle. I don't know. Like if you like, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.